Hello students, we'll continue the motion, two-dimensional motion. Today, in case of two-dimensional motion, we had a discussion on uniform circular motion, right? In case of uniform circular motion, a particle or a body continuously moves on the circumference circle with a constant speed v. Right? The tangent drawn at any point on the circular path will give the direction of velocity at that point at that instant of time. Is what is called as tangential velocity. All the planets are revolving around the sun. All the satellites are revolving around the earth because of the centripetal force. Here, gravitational force of attraction between the planets and the sun will provide a necessary centripetal force. Hence, all the planets are revolving around the sun. Similarly, an electron is orbiting around the nucleus of an atom. There is an electrostatic force between the electron and the nucleus will provide a necessary centripetal force for the electron. What kind of force? Electrostatic force of attraction between the nucleus, a positively charged nucleus and a negatively charged particle called electron, which provides necessary centripetal force. Hence the electron moves with a constant speed around the nucleus of an atom. So now, today we are going to derive an expression for centripetal acceleration. What do you mean by centripetal acceleration? The acceleration possessed by a body which is directed towards the center of the circle is what is called as centripetal acceleration. See here, centri means center, petal means towards the center. The acceleration of a particle or a body which is directed towards the center of the circle along the radius vector. The acceleration of a body or a particle which is directed towards the center of the circle along the radius vector is what is called as centripetal acceleration. Centri means center, petal means towards the center. Now look at carefully in this diagram. Consider a body of mass m which is moving along the circumference circle with center O and R is the radius of the circular path. OA and OB are called radius vector. Consider a particle or a body moving from A to B. The radius vector is moving from A to B in a small interval of time t seconds, which describes an angle theta. Am I right? So this is the radius of the circle. In case of circular motion, radius is constant. The angle described by the particle or a body which is not constant. The angle subtended at the center of the circle is not constant. Now, so consider a particle or a body moving from A to B and it describes an angle theta. At point A, the velocity along the tangent, this is the direction of velocity at this point A. See here at point B, this is the direction of velocity. This is the direction of velocity at point B. Now, at point A, there is only a tangential velocity. Velocity at this point A only along the x-axis. It is parallel to the x-axis. But at point B, the velocity is at an angle of theta with respect to the x-axis. The velocity of a particle, the tangential velocity of a body or a particle is at an angle of theta with respect to the x-axis. Now at point B, this is the tangential velocity. This tangential velocity is split into two components. One is called horizontal component of velocity. The horizontal component of velocity is v cos theta. V cos theta is parallel to the x-axis and v sin theta is parallel to the y-axis. This is called, at this point B, the velocity is split into two components, v cos theta, horizontal component of velocity, v sin theta, vertical component of velocity. Now, when a particle moving from A to B, at point A, What is the horizontal component of velocity? There is no vertical component of velocity at point A. Since the particle is moving along the tangent drawn at point A is parallel to the x-axis. Whereas at point B, the velocity along x-axis is v cos theta, and at point B the velocity along y-axis is v sin theta. See here, the angle AOB is equal to theta is the angular displacement described by the radius vector in a time t seconds. V1, V2, V3 and so on are called tangential velocities. So now what I want to change, I need acceleration. What do you mean by acceleration of a body or a particle? Acceleration is nothing but a rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity. First I should find out what is the change in velocity of a particle when it is moving from A to B. At point A, the velocity along x-axis is v. At point B, the velocity along x-axis is v cos theta. Then, what is the change in velocity of a particle when it is moving from A to B along the x-axis? We should calculate first. Similarly, change in velocity when a particle moving from A to B along y-axis we should calculate. Then, what do you mean by change in velocity divided by time? Change in velocity divided by time is what is called acceleration. Here it is direction of velocity is changing. Hence you conclude that it is called centripetal acceleration. So please copy these things. So when a body moves from A to B, right, there is a change in the velocity along x-axis. This is initial velocity along x-axis, v, and v cos theta is the final velocity along x-axis. Therefore, when a body moves from A to B along a circular path of radius r in a time t seconds, am I right? When a body moves from A to B along a circular path of radius r in a time t seconds, therefore change in velocity along x-axis. Change in velocity along x-axis. What is change in velocity? Final velocity at point B. Final velocity at point B along x-axis. Initial velocity at point A along x-axis. What is the final velocity at point B? The final velocity at point B is v cos theta. The final velocity at point B is v cos theta, and the final initial velocity along x-axis is v. Therefore, v cos theta minus v. Since, see here, a small angle, AOB is a small angle described by the particle in a small interval of time t seconds. Therefore, for small angles, in trigonometry you will come to know that if theta is approaches to 0 radian, cos of 0 is approximately equal to 1. This is from trigonometry. For small angles, as you know well, what is cos of 0 degree? Cos of 0 degree is 1. Therefore, cos theta is approximately equal to 1. Since theta is approaching to 0 radian, cos of 0 radian is 1. Therefore, cos of 0 radian is 1. V into 1 is v minus v. What is v minus v? V minus v is equal to 0. This is the change in velocity along x-axis. Now observe carefully, change in velocity along y-axis. देखिए y-axis, the change in velocity, the vertical component of velocity at point B is v sin theta. Final velocity is v sin theta at point B. What is the initial velocity at point A? There is no vertical component of velocity at point A. There is no vertical component of velocity at point A. What do you mean by change in velocity along y-axis? Change in velocity along y-axis is given by final velocity along x-axis minus initial velocity along y-axis minus initial velocity along y-axis. Therefore, what is final velocity? V sin theta minus 0. Since in trigonometry you come to know when theta is approaches to 0 radian, sin of theta is approximately equal to theta. Sin of theta radian is approximately equal to theta. Therefore, change in velocity along y-axis, final velocity at point B along y-axis minus initial velocity at point A along y-axis. There is no component of velocity, initial velocity along y direction at point A. Therefore, sin theta is approximately equal to theta. Therefore, V theta. What do you mean by this? Is called change in velocity along y-axis. There is no change in velocity along x-axis. The change in velocity along x-axis is equal to change in velocity along x-axis is 0. Therefore, what do you mean by rate of change of velocity? We got V theta. What we got, guys? V into theta we got. Rate of change of velocity. Therefore, rate of change of velocity matlab acceleration. Whatever V theta you obtain divided by 10. What do you mean by rate of change of velocity? Rate of change of velocity is what is called as acceleration, but here it is called centripetal acceleration. Please copy the things. So attention, centripetal acceleration, because rate of change of velocity along y-axis is V theta. V theta divided by time. Therefore, V theta divided by time is what is called rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity is what is called acceleration. Therefore, centripetal acceleration is equal to V theta by t. Theta by t. Am I right or not? Group the terms. What is theta by t? Angular displacement by time is what is called omega. Omega is called angular velocity. What is omega? Omega is called angular. See here, this is what is called as theta by t. Theta by t is what is called as angular velocity. Angular velocity is omega. So now, therefore, A is equal to V into theta by t. Theta by t is called omega. Omega is called angular velocity. And we know that, what we know that, the relation between linear speed and angular velocity, V is equal to omega r. Therefore, you keep it, omega is here only, cross multiply the r, therefore omega is equal to V by r. Then, the expression for centripetal acceleration A is equal to V. What is omega? Instead of omega, what I should substitute omega? Omega is equal to V by r. V into V is what is called V square by r. So this is the expression for centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration. V is equal to omega r. We got A is called centripetal acceleration. V is the speed of the particle and r is the radius vector, radius of the circular path. And we know that again V is equal to omega r. This is centripetal acceleration in terms of speed. V. This is the centripetal acceleration in terms of angular velocity. Centripetal acceleration in terms of angular velocity. We know that V is equal to omega. We want V square. Squaring on both sides. V is equal to omega r whole square. V is equal to omega r whole square. Omega r whole square can be written as omega square into r square divided by r is as it is only. Again you will have r get cancelled. Therefore, omega square r square by r, square and r get cancelled. Therefore, A is equal to omega square by r. This is the expression for centripetal acceleration in terms of angular velocity. This is the expression for centripetal acceleration in terms of linear speed. Then what do you mean by centripetal force? Right? As you know, while in the system, if you take a stone and the thread system, while the stone is always directed towards the center of the circle. What do you mean by centripetal force? It is an external force. It is a constant external force acting on a body which is directed towards the center of the circle along the radius vector is what is called centripetal force. What do you mean by force? Force is equal to mass into acceleration. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. Therefore, here, centripetal force F is equal to mass into centripetal acceleration. Therefore, what is the expression for centripetal acceleration? Centripetal acceleration is V square by R. Therefore, is V square by R. Okay. So now, if we simplify, you get what do we get? The centripetal force is equal to, this is the expression for centripetal force mv square by R. Centripetal force F is equal to mv square by R. This is expression for centripetal force in terms of linear speed. Okay. Next, in terms of angular speed, again we know that what is V? What is V? V is equal to what? Omega square into V square is equal to omega square into R square. Square and R get cancelled. Therefore, centripetal force is equal to m omega square R. This is the expression for centripetal force in terms of angular velocity. This is the expression for centripetal force in terms of linear speed. F is equal to mv square by R. Am I right or not? This is the expression for centripetal force in terms of angular velocity. Then what do you mean by centripetal force? It is a constant force acting on a body directed towards the center of the circle along the radius vector when a body or a particle moving along the circumference of the circle is called centripetal force. So therefore, centripetal force is equal to, anyway from Newton's second law, force is equal to mass into acceleration. But here, force is equal to mass into centripetal acceleration. Therefore, F is equal to m into centripetal acceleration. What is centripetal acceleration? V square by R. Therefore, F is equal to mv square by R is the expression for centripetal acceleration in terms of linear speed. We know that V is equal to omega R. Therefore, V square is equal to omega R whole square. Omega square R square, square and R get cancelled. Therefore, centripetal force in terms of angular velocity. This is the end of the derivation. Derivation is completed. Now, note, we know that angular velocity is equal to angular displacement by time. Please copy the things first. So note, what is omega? Omega is called as angular velocity. Theta is called angular displacement by time. During one complete revolution, during one complete rotation or during one complete revolution, for one complete rotation, theta is equal to 2 pi radian. Theta is equal to 2 pi radian. What do you mean by time period? Time taken for one complete rotation or revolution. Time taken for one complete rotation or revolution is called time period. Therefore, omega is equal to theta by t. Theta is what? 2 pi radian. What is the time taken for one complete rotation or revolution is called one time period. Therefore, 2 pi by t. This can also be written as omega is equal to 2 pi into 1 by t. What do you mean by frequency? As you know well, frequency is equal to reciprocal of time period. Frequency F is equal to reciprocal of time period. Therefore, omega is called angular frequency or angular velocity 2 pi times of frequency, linear frequency. Please copy the things. So, omega is equal to 2 pi f.